Good morning, I'm Mark Hall. We're breaking into your regularly scheduled programming this hour after a deadly police shooting in Prince George's County, Maryland. The shooting, we are told this morning, is connected to several carjackings in the district from last night. Let's listen in to the news conference.
All right. Is everyone ready? Good. Good morning, everyone. My name is Thomas Lester, Thomas Lester, Lester. I'm a spokesperson with the Maryland Office of the Attorney General Independent Investigations Division. Thanks for your patience and thanks for joining us this morning. We're here to provide you an update on an officer-involved shooting that occurred earlier this morning here in the 7500 block of Annapolis Road in Lanham. With me, I have New Carrollton Chief of Police, David Rice, the Executive Assistant Chief of Police for the Metropolitan Police Department, Jeffrey Carroll, and Maryland State Police Superintendent, Colonel Roland Butler. Preliminarily, our office has received information that the decedent in this morning's officer-involved shooting is connected to various crimes that occurred in D.C. and Maryland beginning late last night into the overnight hours. I want to emphasize that, again, this information is preliminary and that the Attorney General's office is still working with our law enforcement partners to confirm the exact involvement of the decedent in this morning's actions. So, to begin our press conference, I want to start with DC Police. They will walk us through the incidents that occurred in their jurisdiction. Following that, Maryland State Police will come up and talk about an incident that occurred within their jurisdiction. Chief Rice will come up, provide a brief remarks, and then I will come up and speak more in depth about the officer-involved shooting that occurred here this morning and while we're holding a press conference. Any questions before we begin? All right, Chief.
Good morning, everyone. As you stated, my name is Jeff Carroll. I'm the Executive Assistant Chief at the Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C. First off, let me start by saying this is a very tragic circumstance that we're about to speak to today. They take place as multiple incidents in a variety of jurisdictions in the National Capital Region. Also, I want to emphasize that the tragedy has happened here to the community members and the victims that are associated with these crimes. With that being said, I'm going to walk you through the incidents that occurred in the District of Columbia and the collaboration and how we transferred that to our partners inside Maryland. Initially, members of the Metropolitan Police Department received a call to respond to the 900 block of K Street Northwest for a shooting that occurred. Detectives and officers responded to the scene, and subsequently, through investigative efforts, they were able to determine that an individual who was believed to be associated with the officer-involved shooting here was observed entering a vehicle parked in the 900 block of K Street. After entering the vehicle for a short period of time, less than a minute, discharged a firearm inside that vehicle and exited the vehicle, fleeing from the scene. Thereafter, the driver of the vehicle exited and was found on the sidewalk when the officers arrived on the scene. Subsequently from that, through our investigative efforts, we learned that a couple hours later, approximately 7:05 p.m., the same individual is believed to have responded to the 1000 block of 3rd Street Northeast, where he attempted to carjack another individual where he was unsuccessful. Approximately 10 minutes after that, he responded to the area of 3rd and N Street Northeast, where he engaged two individuals that were at a vehicle. During the dispute that occurred there, he shot the individual, which resulting in his homicide, his death. From that scene, he stole a vehicle and fled from the carjacked vehicle from the location. Subsequently, while all that was going on, we're still continuing our efforts on this K Street scene, looking for video and witnesses. Through that, we were able to piece together that the lookout for the individual inside both of these instances appeared to be similar in nature. Also, we had a witness that came to our scene in the 900 block of K Street that was able to provide us information of a potential suspect that was related to these incidences. We were able to begin to push information of the images out on social media related to the individual that we believe that were associated with these crimes, and also the vehicle tag from the vehicle that was carjacked in the district and left that location. Subsequently, that vehicle did go out into Prince George's County. We know that the vehicle was recovered in the Tacoma Park area, the vehicle that was carjacked from the district. It appears that there were at least 2 other carjackings that occurred in the Prince George's County area, the final one being a Nissan Rogue that fled that location. At approximately 3 a.m., an MPD officer that was in the area of exit 1A on 295 the vehicle was believed to have fired a round at an MPD marked police vehicle, striking the driver's side door of that vehicle. The officer that was inside of the vehicle was not injured, and that vehicle did flee from the scene. From that point, throughout the investigation, we were coordinating information with our partners inside Maryland, Prince George's County, the Maryland State Police, and the other agencies, working together to coordinate where this individual may be and locate this individual. Subsequent to that, there were other instances that occurred, and I'll turn it over to the Maryland State Police Colonel to kind of pick up from there.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. On behalf of Governor Moore and the Maryland State Police, I'd like to extend my deepest condolences to the victims involved in these incidents. Shortly after 2:30 this morning, a trooper assigned to the Maryland State Police College Park responded to the area of southbound Interstate 95 near Maryland Route 198 in Laurel to assist the stranded motorists. It was at that time, according to the preliminary investigation, while the trooper was assisting the motorist, he was on the right shoulder. He noticed a dark-colored vehicle stop a couple lanes over, which drew his attention. It was that time the individual fired at least one shot from that vehicle. That shot struck the trooper's windshield. The trooper then took cover. The vehicle sped away. The trooper stopped to check the welfare of the motorist and the tow truck, at which time he tried to locate that vehicle while broadcasting a description of the vehicle to the allied law enforcement agencies in the area. Unable to locate that vehicle, we continued to broadcast that lookout, hoping vehicles in the area or departments in the area would be able to locate the vehicle for us. Troopers from the Maryland State Police College Park Barrack, the Forestville Barrack, along with our Criminal Enforcement Division and our Homicide Unit, are involved in this investigation with IID. Confirmation on the suspect is pending forensic analysis of all the evidence that we recover. At this point, I'd like to turn it over to Chief Rice from the New Carrollton Police Department.
Good morning, everyone. Again, I'd like to say our condolences to all the victims involved in this horrendous act of violence throughout D.C. and Maryland. Also, on behalf of myself, my mayor, and the rest of the city council, we just want to make sure they know that we're praying for them. I just wanted to make a quick statement to let you know that the New Carrollton Police Department, because this is a fatal shooting involving police officers, it is automatically covered under the Attorney General's office, which is why I couldn't give y'all a statement earlier. That's why I'm thanking y'all for your patience and courtesy, and explain why I couldn't do it. So having said that, I am going to turn it over to Mr. Lester, who will brief you on the incident that happened here.
Thank you, Chief. Again, I was Chief Rice with the New Carrollton City Police Department. As of October 1st of 2021, the Attorney General's office is charged with investigating all fatal and critical incident injuries that occurred to an individual involving law enforcement across the state of Maryland, which is why our office is here on scene this morning. So I'll walk you through today's events. At approximately 4:30 a.m., officers with the New Carrollton Police Department were on patrol here in the 7500 block of Annapolis Road. While on patrol, officers came upon a disabled vehicle in the roadway. Officers got out of their vehicles to begin investigating the vehicle that was left in the roadway. The vehicle was unoccupied at the time. While officers are doing their investigation, they learned that the vehicle had been carjacked in Prince George's County earlier in the day. During their investigation, officers began canvassing the area, looking for potential driver occupants of the vehicle. During their canvass, officers encountered an adult male who walked up to them. During that encounter, this male produced 2 handguns. During that time, two New Carrollton officers discharged their service weapons, striking the man. The man was provided aid, taken to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. As I said, at this time, the information that we have available to us is that 2 officers were involved. We do know that the New Carrollton Police Department are issued body-worn cameras and officers were equipped with those cameras. We're still working to determine whether or not the incident was captured on camera. Standard, what we will do is within the next 2 business days, release the name of the man who was killed this morning, as well as the officers involved. The next steps after that is within 20 business days, our office will release any camera footage that we were able to recover during the incident. In between that time, what will happen is our investigators and team of attorneys will focus their portion of our investigation on the events that happened here during the officer-involved shooting. We will review that officer-involved shooting. At that point in time, we will release a report that either explains why the Attorney General has declined charges or why the office has pursued charges in the case. That is standard in any officer-involved shooting investigation that occurs in the state of Maryland. It is not anything particular to this incident that occurred here this morning. Are there any questions?
Yes, sir. Was there an exchange of gunfire here between the two New Carrollton officers and the suspect? The suspect fire either of those two weapons?
We're still early on in the investigation, Mark. I wish I knew that answer, but that's something that our investigators are looking into.
Did you recover those two weapons?
We did recover 2 weapons at the scene.
And they were operable, loaded?
And it's still too early to say. That's a part of the forensic and gun analysis that takes place post-incident.
You described this individual as a man, so we're presuming an adult male, not a juvenile.
Correct. At this time, the information that I have is that he's an adult male.
The vehicle that ended up here, is this a vehicle that Maryland State Police saw up on the highway, or a different vehicle yet again?
Preliminarily, we're still working to make that connection.
Okay.
How, can you clarify, you said some carjackings in Prince George's. How many carjackings happened in Prince George's County, and do we know where?
I don't have the exact number at this time. I don't want to speculate. Prince George's County Police should be able to provide that information to you.
Does it seem like this...
1 second, I'm sorry, I'm just letting him finish and I'll come to you. Yes, ma'am.
Does it seem like this person was just approaching people at random, like didn't know any of the victims, and just kind of was going on a rampage, or how would you characterize it?
I will let law enforcement speak to what their investigation is showing at this time if they have any information to provide.
Sure. So the information that we have received so far is there is no connection between the individuals in that perpetrated this crime and the people in the District of Columbia. The information that we do have is that potentially there was a mental health concerns with this individual, and he went on this spree. So this is not a typical carjacking or crime spree. It does appear there is mental health concerns and overtones related to this.
Was he known to you prior to this?
He was known to law enforcement, but nothing associated to anything similar to this.
Chief, did the witness at the first scene who led you to identify the suspect know the suspect and have a personal relationship or relative of that suspect?
He had, the person who approached us at the scene, they had information about him. I don't want to get into the exact relationship, but they did have information that was able to help us identify who it was.
They knew the suspect?
Yes, they did know who it was.
And Chief, could we ask you about the status of your 2 officers who engaged with the suspect?
Yes, sir. They are still being questioned by the investigators. Their physical health, they're fine. They're not injured in any way.
They'll be on leave? Or what
Yeah, they'll be, as soon as they're done with the questioning, they will be put on administrative leave.
Can you tell us anything about their years of service in the department?
Well, I won't get into that again. That'll all fall under the AG's,
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know how many shots were actually fired by these 2 officers, or is that still...
It's still under investigation. I can tell you there are multiple shell casings recovered on the scene, but that's the most I can tell you at this time.
Those officers did fire, correct?
Preliminarily.
All right, officials wrapping up a news conference. 2 officers were involved in a shooting. The suspect is deceased. These crimes took place in D.C. and on Maryland. And we're going to have much more on this story coming up on D.C. News Now at noon.